you cannot do it all.
Mm.
Is one of the biggest things. And also that you need a community because owning your own business has such highs and such lows. And sometimes the lows are so debilitating. You just want
Mhm.
to quit. You just want to cry and you want to quit. And just jumping on those calls and having other women who are also going through the same thing, but also hyping you up is like, I need that so badly for my business.
Hello, everyone. I'm sitting down with Breanne today, and I'm so excited for everyone to hear this little chat. If you've not already listened, we've got a podcast recording together from last spring. So go back and search Breanne's name in the podcast and you can listen to that episode. That feels like a lifetime ago. Breanne, I'm so excited for you to spend a little bit of time with me today so I can hear your perspective of what it's like being inside of Align CEO Method. You're an incredible business owner. We've seen you make such big strides in just such a short amount of time. But I don't want to talk about your business. I want to create the space for you to tell everybody, who are you? What do you do? And what's your favorite part of how you get to help people?
Yeah, it's so funny that you say it was last spring because it does feel so long ago. My business was such a baby then, and it's still such a baby. It was really only 8 months. So much has changed since then. So my name is Breanne, and I am the owner of O Accounting Co. What we do here is we do bookkeeping, corporate taxes. I like to help businesses find financial clarity and prepare for scale.
What's your favorite part about that?
My favorite part is just the satisfaction and the breath of fresh air that my clients can take when I take over their bookkeeping. Just recently I've taken over some pretty big clients who were doing their own bookkeeping, and they literally are like, "Oh, I feel like I can finally breathe." And that to me is just such a sense of accomplishment and gives me my purpose for why I'm doing this.
This is like what you do, and you do it really, really well, and you're able to support business owners. Why is it important for you to work with businesses that want to scale?
For me, it's important to work with businesses who want to scale because if you want to stay where you are, then keep doing the bookkeeping yourself is something that I definitely think you can keep doing. But if you want to scale, then you need to want to offload that to me. Otherwise, my services aren't really quite as valuable, I feel.
Yeah. There is somebody for everybody. There's definitely bookkeepers, accountants out there that work with small businesses that want to stay small and not scale. But I would say that there's something about your energy that you're growing and scaling. Why not be in the energy of other business owners that are doing the same? When I think about Align CEO Method and the incredible business owners that are in here, there's so many of you and you're all doing different things. And I think about how a lot of people like sit on the fence for a while of, am I going to join this program or am I going to get coaching? Am I going to move my business forward? Like, am I really going to do that? What tipped you over the edge to say, I'm doing this? I'm going all in. I'm investing in myself. I'm joining this program. Like, what was it that made you say yes?
It's so funny you say that because it's something that you said to me exactly. I remember I was really kind of on the edge. My business was not even 2 months old. I wasn't even making $2,000 in revenues. And I went to She Leads and I was like, you're like, oh, do you think you're going to join like at the end of it? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what if I can't pay the bills and I don't make enough money? And I remember you being like, but what if you do? And I was like, that's true. And I went, I'm joining. So that's honestly, that really is because if I'm in the mindset the whole time, like, oh, what if I can't make that money? Then I'm going to stay in that. But if I was like, you know what? No, now I have to, and I can make that money. Well, believe it or not, I've been able to make that money every month and then some. So
It's been so fun to watch your business and you've been in an Align CEO Method for 6 months. So, yeah, it's really cool to see that growth. That leads me to my next question, which is you've been in this program for about 6 months now. What is like a win or a celebration or an accomplishment or something that you've experienced that is maybe a bit surprising to you? Like you weren't expecting it or weren't expecting to celebrate that or have that win like so early on?
So, two things. The first is definitely the guidance that you guys gave me on passive income. So, I ended up creating that bookkeeping template, which not only do I love because it's helping so many other businesses get organized, but it's creating passive income for me. And in my first week, I sold 10 of them. And that is just amazing to me because I would never have thought to do that. I would have just been working in my business, grinding it. And now I have a whole new outlook for that. My
Mm.
second big win is this month too. This is a big month because I launched my template. That happened. And then I also was counting up my revenues, and because right now money is just flowing in for me. I can barely keep up with it. But I was like, this is going to be, it's literally like ding, ding. Like I've never had that. And I've never really believed in it until I joined you guys. And I was counting up. I can't even keep track of it. And I'm like to my husband, I'm going to have my first 10K month. It's
Yay!
crazy. And it's almost 10K on the dot. And that was my goal, to have a 10K month. So these are big wins for me this month for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so huge. The
Yeah.
passive income piece is so amazing because, it's sales in your sleep. And maybe they don't come in while you're sleeping, but it is that concept of you can be out with your kids, you can be making dinner, you and your husband can be hanging out together, whatever it might be. It's not an exchange of your time for the sale. It's yes, initially you had to put in the work and the effort and build it out, but you build something once and then you have something that, if you go on social media today, tomorrow, the next day, and you're like, what could I talk about? What could I sell? What could I make a carousel about? It's like, well, you make it about your template and then people comment template and then they get to decide if they want to buy it. And you don't have to exchange any more of your time for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
totally.
good.
It's
So good.
funny you say you don't sell it in your sleep, but I literally have been waking up like, oh, I sold 2 last night while I was sleeping.
I have another question, and maybe you kind of just answered it, but maybe there's something different here. What is something that you learned about being a business owner in terms of you've done accounting in the past, you've done bookkeeping, you've done it for other like corporations or companies, but what is something that you have learned or are learning about yourself as a business owner, as a CEO, since being a part of Align CEO Method?
I am learning that you cannot do it all.
Mm.
Is the one of the biggest things, and also that you need a community because owning your own business is has such highs and such lows, and sometimes the lows are so debilitating, you just
Mm-hmm.
wanna quit. You just wanna cry and you wanna quit, and just jumping on those calls and having other women who are also going through the same thing, but also hyping you up is like, I need that so badly for my business.
Yeah, we all do,
Yeah.
right? When you're having those moments, because, lots of people will say, like, are you really an entrepreneur if you don't want to burn it all down? And, or have those moments of feeling like I'm going to burn it all down. And the great thing about coming on those calls is like, maybe you're having that moment of like, I want to burn it all down. And somebody's like, oh, I was there 3 months ago. I know exactly how you feel. But today, is like, I do not feel that way at all. So borrow some of my energy, borrow some of my belief. Here's how I got out of it. And it's always this really like beautiful communal dynamic exchange of we're not all on the high highs at the same time and we're not all in the low lows together, but we get to come up and together and share perspective. And I think that that's so helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today and connect and answer these questions. I really want other people who maybe find this video or hear this audio to know that in a short period of time, they can have months where they're like, I can't stop the money from coming in, and they can make a passive product and they can realize that they don't have to do it all and they can make decisions that move their business forward. Like, I think everything you shared today is so helpful. And I know that if just one person is impacted by this video, then, we've done what we're supposed to do here today. So, Breanne, you have O Accounting. Can you tell people where can they find you so that they can either hire you and or refer you out to their friends and their networks? What are the links? Where do we send people?
So I am most active on Instagram, so that's at O Accounting Co. Or you can check out my website, which is oaccountingco.com, or you can send me an email if you like email. And that is info@oaccountingco.com, and that is OH Accounting Co.
OH, we love it. Okay. So wherever you find this video, audio, we'll make sure that we have all of that linked so that you can just send Breanne a message and say, hey, I heard you on that little chat with Nicole. I'd love to hire you. I'd love to refer you. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to get that template so that I can, be able to manage my money more effectively. For anybody who listens, if Breanne said something that really sparked interest in you, or she said something and you want to let her know that you heard her in this little chit chat, then go say hello and tell her that you heard this conversation. And you just never know what can happen from there. We're always just one connection, one conversation away from a completely different life. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Nicole.
Bye.